Westerners. Through communication, they managed to rewrite history. And with African history as well, they schemed everything to, spread lies. And as a result, some young Africans don't even know the history of Africa, what Africa has accomplished. Some don't even know that our grandparents fought, were put on the front lines as cannon fodder, and when they returned, they were killed like animals. Do people know that when France tested its first atomic bomb, it was black soldiers they placed nearby within the blast radius to see what would happen? Let's bring out the archives. Everything they've used against Africa has been documented. So all of this needs to be communicated so that young Africans understand, because there are still many who are asleep and continue to speak on behalf of the imperialists. They say what they're told to say, maybe because they're given something in return, I don't know. But Africans need to understand their history and wake up. So that's our fight as well.
In your opinion, what is the role of the media in this struggle? Independent media.
From our countries, you mean? The media should contribute a lot to our ideas, but as you can see, even among our own media, there are some that are imperialist media. They only react when European media say something, then they repeat it and amplify it. There are plenty of media outlets in our countries that even fight against regimes like ours. They also spend their time repeating the same nonsense that Western media spread. But it's shameful. If Africans behave like that, it's truly shameful. I imagine they must be ashamed to look at themselves in the mirror at night. If you're paid to spread lies about black people, that's very serious. So we are raising awareness in Burkina Faso. If you look right now, many media outlets are supporting the movement, helping to raise awareness among young people through debates and so on. So that's really what we want for the media.
Do you think our media can also play its part in this struggle?
Of course, very much so. You have to play a very important role because, I said it in 2023 in St. Petersburg, and I'll say it again today, Russia helped save the world. Africa helped save the world. That needs to be said. Young people need to understand that all those stories told in Hollywood movies and so on, they're false. It's nothing but lies. It's the same thing. The Vietnam War. Today, you see, history is distorted, but we need to communicate. You see, they don't like it when I speak. They think I talk too much and all that. They want me to keep quiet so that they can speak and their version gets through. No. My biggest regret is having spent a good part of my youth listening to radio stations like RFI and France 24. I've been in countries where these radio stations were shut down, but we would use apps, record their news broadcasts just to listen to them. But at a certain point, something clicked, and I started to realize that they were conditioning our minds to accept what they wanted. It's their narrative they want us to learn. And since then, I've started to see things for what they are, and I understood that what they're doing is very dangerous. And today, more than ever, I realize that they have conditioned the minds, especially of Africans. So you can do a lot to awaken the consciousness of young people so that people understand how the world works.
I knew that Ibrahim Traore must have heard something. He must have sat down and gone through everything that is going on in Africa and said to himself, no, I'm going to topple the government. I'm going to, plan a coup, and I'm going to, overthrow these people. Because it takes something to really touch somebody to put his life on the line. Because Ibrahim Traore said he's been listening to a particular news station. See, this is why I tell people, in as much as you're looking for followers, in as much as you're a content creator and you're looking for followers, subscribers, or what have you, you need to put out the right information, because the little information that is wrong that you put out there is going to make or break. It's going to mar a lot of things as a continent. Africa is the biggest continent in the world that does not need anybody's help. It's just that we have in some countries, we have gullible leaders who do not, I don't call them leaders, I call them rulers, who do not care about the masses, who don't they don't care about what's going on. And you see, when we allow them to keep pushing this narrative, just like Ibrahim Traore had said, we keep allowing them push a certain narrative that, Africa is this, Africa is that. That is how Africa will grow up into becoming something else. Now, like he said, they feel that he talks too much. But the truth is that once you're in the limelight, people will always come to hear from you and say, okay, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? How were you able to convince your people? Now, there are some radio stations, there are some TV stations that they clamp them down because they don't want them to speak good about Ibrahim Traore. And until now that they are sensitizing the people of Burkina Faso, and the Burkinabe people are seriously trying to protect their president. Like, you see people on the road kissing his pictures. You see people on the road hugging his posters. It shows that they really love their president. The truth is that as a president, if you are a servant leader, you make it and you go far. But if you're somebody that wants to be lord over everybody, every little thing you want to be lord over the person, and I tell you for free, you will not succeed doing that. Why do you think Ibrahim Traore listens to Putin? It's because he understands that Putin is Putin's country and his people are one of the people who fought all that has been happening with Africans. But at the end of the day, you see these people, the imperialists, who come out and want to shut down Ibrahim Traore. They want to indoctrinate most of his people against him. Have you seen anybody that is in his right senses from Burkina Faso, like the Burkinabe people, have you seen them stand against Ibrahim Traore? No, they don't do that. How many presidents in Africa will say, oh, their people stand with them? Ibrahim Traore can boldly come out, and a few other ones like Niger, and because I feel that the Niger people are beginning to come around to see that their president is really going to try and he's doing well. And then the Mali people, they are seriously looking into it to say these people are really doing well. Ibrahim Traore is just a selfless leader. Have you seen the way he talks? He talks boldly and he talks for Africa. That's even the sweetest and cutest part about this guy. He's so wise. He talked about the condition of the mind. When people begin to push a certain narrative, you begin to tilt towards it, you begin to accept it, you begin to agree to whatever it is they are saying. That is how people form controversies. And you need to stand on your own and stand for what is right. Because when you're standing for what is right, even posterity will never, find anything around you that is bad. So I just thought to lend my voice to say that we will keep speaking up for Africans, we will keep speaking up for Africa, to say that Africa unite, so that when you in unity, you can stand to face the challenges we have. In unity, you can stand firm to say this is what is supposed to happen, and that thing will happen. It's in unity that we can achieve all of that. But when we do not unite, these people will keep coming, taking our natural resources and leaving us bare without anything. Haven't you seen that most of these leaders who are these imperialists who are supporting some African countries to pick their leaders, haven't you seen that those leaders never turn out well because they are doing the bidding of their masters? They are making people to live in abject poverty so that they will not have, the right to talk. So the multidimensional poverty is what is plaguing a lot of African countries. Meanwhile, Africa is so wealthy, is so rich. Africa's resources is something that you can't even begin to count. But where are we today? Africa as a continent, where are we today? We are busy fighting ourselves instead of fighting the imperialists, the people who have colonized us and don't want us to move forward. It's high time we looked into this matter and we should support Ibrahim Traore as though we are supporting our parents, because that guy means well for Africa. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts on the comment section.